Hey, Rox here. So, in my opinion, and I think a lot of people would agree with this statement right here, there is a problem with ranked seasons right now. And I think like a lot of people don't really talk about what it truly is and why it is this way. There's a lot of focus around like the ranked seasons reward structure. There's a lot of the program getting to 900 itself is it's an accomplishment, right? It should be rewarded. But when you get there, the cards are 30 to 40K. There are some years where rank rewards are 1,000,000 stubs, and I think adding in the program is something that they wanted to add to try and avoid that and try to keep the price down, try to allow people to make it. Now, some people are like, oh, they should make them non-sellable. I think that's a terrible idea. The more non-sellable rewards in this game, the worse the game is, in my opinion. So we got to think of ways, and I have solutions here to how we can change things, right? Because there's many problems with it, right? It's not just one thing. It's not just the rewards. It's not just how we play. It's not just quitters. I don't think quitters are a problem at all. I know some people think, oh, quitting's a big deal. It's not, right? Like, nobody wants to step in the ring with Mike Tyson and get punched out. You throwing throwing in the towels a big portion of sports, okay? And online, you're going to have that. Doesn't matter what you do, people are still going to quit. I think the cooldown for quits was a dumb idea. I think like the only change we need to make is like if somebody quits in the middle of a game, the batter that was at plate hits a home run and scored like that, and then everything's solved, right? Because I hate losing my PXP to home runs, and that's really all that needs to happen. And then the rest of the quitting problem's not a problem at all once you put in the fundamental changes that we need. Now, there are two different ways of approaching this if you're SDS, okay? The one way is to fundamentally change ranked and change its program overall. The other one is to just adjust rewards a bit to make it more worth grinding. So first I'm going to talk about, the way I'd like to see it go forward, the bigger changes. This might not happen this year. This might be happening going forward. Hopefully, they can brainstorm many changes themselves because rank's gotten kind of stagnant. The biggest problem, in my opinion, in ranked for many players, right? Many players is eventually you get to your level of incompetence and the game stops being fun, right? Playing this game at legend difficulty is not fun for 99% of your player base, right? When you look at like standings, right? Okay, current season. So let's just go all the way up to World Series. So there's 133 pages and there are 15 people on each page, okay? If you go down, so 900 is World Series. The amount of people over 1,000, only 100 points more. Basically, I don't know how many games you got to win, but it's a few games you got to win. There's 14. 1/10 of the people that make World Series get to 1,000 at least so far through the ranked seasons, right? A lot of people here will just stop at 900, right? A lot of people don't want to play many. Like once you get you can get to 920 after winning a game or so. A lot of people in here maybe played one game after getting played on Legend and stop. A lot of these people, some of them get there, win, lose, whatever. But a lot of people just get their reward and stop playing, go to BR, go to events, and grind out the game, the solos and stuff like that. And I think that's a bad idea. Like, right, as a game dev, you shouldn't want your players to stop playing once they get somewhere in your main mode. The reason we build the squads is to play online, right? Or there's many fundamental reasons why you want the squad. Some people just like to, roster bait. Some people just like building up to see it go up, which is, I guess, under the roster bait. Some people like to use those cards for online. Some like to earn the rewards online. So, back to my point. The game is not fun because many people just cannot hit at legend difficulty. And one, because it's price locked, right? You see a lot of these people up here, the top end players, have like 1 millisecond delay monitors, the top like $150 controllers. Like, you can't play on a television. Television with game mode's pretty good now. But a lot of things you have to do. You have to play on Strike Zone 1, Strike Zone High. There's so many things you have to do to like try hard to hit at that level. You have to have great reaction time, so guys over like age 40 maybe feel inadequate, which I'm not going to get into that. But it's not like they can't. It just takes so much practice, which is fine. That's great for a ranked competitive mode that it takes a lot of practice to be good at it. That's a good feature of a ball game, of a game itself, okay? But when so many of your players don't want to play it, how can you make it change? Now, I have two different options, and there's plenty more. But ranked itself, here's the first one of the big overhauling changes, okay? Ranked itself could just switch, right? We can get rid of the ladder from 0 to 900 and the resets every season, and we can just make it kind of like mini seasons, right? Where like you have this shortened schedule, and then you get to the playoffs, and then you play the playoffs. It's kind of in the game. Like you can, I guess it's a lot like Madden season, where like you get your rewards by winning games in the playoffs, win the World Series for your big rewards. So you keep doing that. You can have like a whole mini season to yourself, going through ranked, using your ranked squads online. Okay, that's one of the fundamental big change options they can do. The other one is to just split it, right? Like SDS has this great game mode here that's been sitting cared for a while, right? The biggest issue with casual is no PXP is earned in casual. They got to put PXP. Like, I think they can change casual, right? They can take this, turn it into like a dad mode, make it like even 3 innings. They can go 6 innings, 9 innings. They can rotate it, All-Star Hall of Fame, but they can't go above Hall of Fame. They can make a dad mode where it's quick games, get your team in, it's PXP available, and like. People like, I know there'll be concerns through all these changes, especially in the rewards section when I get to it, about bots and stuff, right? But like SDS just banned a lot of those account sharing bots that'll grind you to 12-0, ground you to World Series in an hour because they just match up against their own accounts on different PlayStations, and they get you up there. They just banned a bunch of them. So that's one of the reasons I believe BR rewards stayed high this time versus going down to like, 40K right away, just like ranked. We haven't got a new ranked season since they banned them. So if SDS keeps up with those bot bans, I think ranked season rewards will be more valuable going forward. Hopefully SDS also released we don't want another Gunnar Henderson. It's like, okay, cool. Only Orioles fans care about him. But like Lou was kind of like, he's not as good as other cards put out, which is weird because it's Lou Gehrig, probably the greatest first baseman of all time, or right there. But what I'm trying to say is ranked rewards and their price right now, it's going to be interesting. Like I don't want to say, because there's going to be bots no matter what. So minimum price cards, people are just going to bot modes. They can do that anyways. You can currently bot this game, but SDS has to keep fighting them through other means instead of like how they season their rewards. Okay? So, what I'm trying to say is casual can change. Right? I'm just trying to I don't know if that was kind of like off topic with bots and people botting casual or ranked or whatever because they bot ranked. So it needs to change, right? The casual can be more of like, a more casual mode, but give us PXP, give us some things to grind for there. And then ranked, you can just say competitive ranked, right? Where if you want to play in the tourneys, like all of this ranked is on legend difficulty. If you want to play in the tourneys, if you want to be good at the game, play on this rank, this competitive ranked. And then you can see people go up. And then like for your tournaments, you can take like the top 64 players on the competitive ranked seasons and then put them in a bracket if you want to do competitive in your esports, which I don't really like sport games being esport games, but for some reason devs seem to really think it works out well. There's there's a couple hundred people in each community that really are into that comp rank stuff, but for the rest of us, casual, keep it there. But yeah, so that's like the other thing is split it out and give rewards to both and then make them both like actual game modes with rewards and PXPable. Otherwise, if they keep their current system as is, like they're the easiest, the minor tweaks and changes they can do to ranked, I think the biggest thing they can do to encourage people to play games, because once you get to 900, there's literally nothing to do in this game, right? You get like an emblem. Right, it's like low res emblem. It's like, oh, cool, dude. It's what is this from 1990? What is it like? Does it take like a minute to load? Are we on like dial up? Why is it so? It's so low. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's so low res. Anyways, there's nothing to go for, right? 20 packs for 1,100, 50 packs for 1,200. That's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. I know they're kind of cheap with that, but like the one thing you can do is every win at World Series, you get 10 packs, right? 10 packs, 15,000 stubs. That might be a lot, but the packs themselves are going to return like, 5,000 stubs because of how bad packs are. So like if you encourage people to play at 900, right, with no changes, it's still legend difficulty, 10 packs per win, right? Per loss, I don't know, 50 coins, XP, 50 stubs, XP, whatever. That's it, nothing, but it's all about winning at World Series, right? And then maybe every game won at Hall of Fame is 5 packs, all right? And then nothing, you just gain your regular gains for all-star difficulty, spring training difficulty games. But once you get up to the higher difficulties to encourage people to play, reward them every game, every win. So that way when somebody quits, people are excited, right? That gets rid of like the quit problem. Oh, he quit, great, 10 packs, let's open them. Let's have fun. So those are the minor reward changes they can make as far as the game itself. I personally also think legend difficulties should change to 1,000 instead of 900. I just, I really do think it's awful. Maybe make it go up a little bit so that way, I really don't want to play this game on legend difficulty. It's such a crazy adjustment. It's no longer fun. But I've already said my opinion on that. And that's what I want to say about ranked. That's my ranked seasons rant and how I think it could be better, and the changes, and like there's many directions SDS can go there, but please pick one. Don't just leave it alone. Don't just make silly changes. Like, remember a few years ago they brought in this program the first year and it was innings played, and people were like, oh, people are just quitting. Oh no, sorry, it's wins, right? It was wins the first year. Now it's innings played. People are like, oh, people are just quitting because all that matters are wins, so they try to target lower players, right? And the quitting's a big deal. And then now they switched it. Now it's innings. And people are still quitting on innings because they don't want to play against people punching in the face. Like, stop listening to people, SDS. I don't know if you're watching this. Stop listening to people that think quitting is a big deal in online matchups. Seriously, stop. Now. Quitting is not a big deal. Your reward structure is. Your ranked seasons is. And I hope you guys can understand that. And that's all I got to say about that.